Hello, welcome to A Stitch in Time. Today is Wednesday, March 14th, 2018, and this is episode 52. My name is Carol, and my Ravelry name is Knits and Pearls. The show notes for this and every episode can be found on the blog and also in the episode thread in the Ravelry group. If you have any further questions, don't hesitate to contact me either on Ravelry or leave me a comment on YouTube, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So welcome to you all new and returning visitors, to this rainy day in the Fraser Valley of British Columbia, Canada. We can't complain too much. We actually had just a beautiful, warm, sunny weekend and carried on into Monday as well, but we're back to rain. But that's what it's supposed to do here, and come summer we're going to be wishing it was here, so can't complain too much. So you might be able to tell from the title of the episode, I was down with a bit of a virus this past week. It wasn't serious, not enough to sort of be bedridden, just didn't feel very well, but that made for lots of knitting time, and so I have several finished projects to share with you this week, including the one I'm wearing. Not too much more than that I'll talk about, but I do want to start off the podcast by once again talking about our current giveaway. Treva, who is tpmom on Ravelry, sent these two skeins of Chick Ashby yarn, and she said one was for me and one was for you. So I am going to let the winner choose which color they like best, and I will keep the other because they're both gorgeous. So as I talked about last week, Chick Ashby, the woman behind it lives near Dallas, Texas, and the website for the yarn is chickashby.com. So what I would like you to do in order to enter is to go to chickashby.com, take a look at her yarns, tell me which one you like the best, and then also if you like, you can let me know if you were to win which one of these yarns you would prefer. This one is called Oceans Deep. Whoops, I just about dropped the other. Oceans Deep. And this one is Blue Sugar, beautiful turquoise aqua color. They are both 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. It's a fingering weight with 464 yards to 100 grams. You can do all that on in the Ravelry group. I've opened up a special giveaway thread there. So I have quite a few entries already. So I'd love to see you put your name down for it. I will be drawing this before I record episode 53. So that is most likely next week. So you have another week to check out chickashby.com and then go to the Ravelry group to enter. So once again, thanks Treva for sending this giveaway for our viewers. And I'll just really quickly show you this really cool looking card that she has. And as I mentioned last week, she also sells nail polish on her website. So if that's something you're interested in, you can check that out too. So thanks for all who've entered so far, and I look forward to seeing more entries this week. All right, so I'm flying a little bit loose today. I did not write show notes, but the information I need is pretty well all from last week's show notes anyway, so I figured it was, I just wanted to get to the recording and I can do show notes while I let the video process. So my first finished project this week are the rainy day socks that I have knit for my sister Anna Marie. Her birthday is next January, but I like to knit gifts during the year, or throughout the year. So here they are. The main yarn that's used is this Opal Hundertwasser number 2106. It's called Rain on Rainy Day, and it is based on that painting there. Which I always think they do such a good job with their colors for these different themed yarns. And then I added in a complimentary short row heel in West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply in the Blue Raspberry colorway, and that is color 333. So yeah, there we go. I guess you can see 1, 2. So yay, done. And I have another pair of socks that I've finished. And these are the Winter Rose Socks by Helen Stewart. The first pattern in the Handmade Sock Society for this year. And they are knit in this Alpaca Yarn Company Packapeds HT and in color 627 Eggplant. And as I've explained before, the yarn came with a main skein of this tonal purple and then a quarter skein of this tonal kind of a lilac-y complementary colors there. You can probably see it better back there. So again, both socks. So yeah, I was really happy to finish these up. They were, I think they just turned out really nice. Very happy with them, and I'm looking forward to the next installment of the Pattern Club. So that'll be, I think, coming out, I think it's early April, so not too long to wait. I've pulled out my spring-themed mug from David's Tea. I'm putting my winter one away, and I'm just drinking some Nepal Black, which is my new favorite black tea from David's Tea. I just love it. Probably drink too much. My third and final finished project is my Hero Pullover by Julia Farwell Clay. I did knit quite a bit of this while I was sick, but then I think I started the yoke sometime on Monday. That's where all the fun is, because it's all the color work part. Stayed up way too late Monday night working on it, and then yesterday, when I should have been doing some badly needed housework, I decided to knit instead because I really wanted to finish it in time for today's podcast. So some dust bunnies have survived to die another day. I figured I can vacuum just as easily tomorrow as I could have yesterday, and so and face it, knitting's way more fun. So I'll stand up so you can see. See, this is how a yoke sweater should fit, right? So I did the sleeves as instructed, and then what you might not be able to see, I'll see if I can kneel up on my chair. I did the same on the bottom. The pattern did not call for any patterning on the bottom, and the pattern called for a folded hem, but I decided to do the 1x1 twisted rib, and then as I said, I added the color work along the bottom. And I also did waist shaping here and about a third of the way in from the sides on the back, rather than along the side edges where how the pattern instructed, just because that seems to fit my body better. So the yarns I used, mainly Cascade 220, so the main dark purple color is Cascade 220 Heathers in color 1006, and as I mentioned last week, I don't know, it's not on the Cascade website anymore. I don't know if Cascade themselves ever named this color, but I have found it on Ravelry called Galaxy, Raisin, and Plum. So I am not sure what the official color is, but the number is 4006. And then this yarn, this kind of raspberry color, is Peyton's Classic Wool. And it is in the Plum Heather colorway, which is color 77307. So I had some of this left over from another project. The next color here is also Cascade 220 Heathers, and this is color 8559. Now, no, 9559. I don't have my reading glasses on. 9559. On my tag, it's called Pale Blue Heather, but on the Cascade website, it's Indigo Frost Heather. And then finally, this last part of the yoke is color 8393 Navy, and that's just plain old Cascade 220. It's not a heathered colorway. I'm going to just stand a little bit closer and show off this beautiful yoke. I just love how this turned out. I did knit this sweater longer than I normally do. I think I knit it to 17 inches from the underarm to the bottom, and it's a little bit longer than I normally wear, but I don't mind it. Probably could have just kept it at 16, but 17 is not bad. I also modified it by rather than, as the pattern had you when you did the yoke, the pattern had your beginning of round on your right back. So right back where your sleeve joined the sweater, and so your like whenever you knit color work, or you knit in the round, it's a spiral, and so one row is always above the other. So if you have a pattern where they join, the stitches will be offset by one stitch. And I decided that if I was going to have them offset anywhere, I'd rather have it offset in the center back. I thought it was just going to be just as noticeable in the center back as it would be along the side. I don't know if there is a traditional place that yoked sweaters normally have their beginning and end of round, but my Birkin, it's center back, and I decided to do the same here. So it's actually not too bad. I have not blocked this sweater. I actually just finished Kitchener stitch the armholes closed this morning. So it needs a good blocking. But I'm thinking it's not too noticeable if I stand in my room and I can look in one mirror and there is another mirror behind me, so I can see the back, and it's actually pretty good. So I'm going to turn around and just show you that, yes, you can see where the join is, but I didn't feel like it was too distracting or too obvious. So yeah, generally speaking, I am really happy with how this project turned out. Of course, when one finishes a pair of plain vanilla socks, one must cast on another. And so I did. I am knitting them from Storytime Fibres, Once Upon a Sock in the Titania colorway. And I bought this at our local yarn shop, Black Cat Custom Yarn. And the owner, Kim, told me that it is from Mineville Wool Company and is exclusive to their shop. So I think I had bought this the first time that I went in, and it's this spring green and white, and you can see there's these blips of blue that run through the yarn. So I've got them cast on and about the same amount knit on each sock, so there we go. And you can see that I divided the skein into two. Oops, I twisted. And you can see that the blue blips are coming up on this part of the skein more so than this one. But that's okay. You can see them, and they're a pair. So this yarn is a little bit thicker than a fine, than a regular fingering. So I've only got 60 stitches on here, and it's knitting up quite quickly. So very enjoyable. And I actually have it in my this new bag that I sewed for myself this week. I couldn't resist the birds. Saw this fabric and I wanted to have one, and it was craving spring. So I sewed myself this bag. Also done a little bit more sewing this week. I finished the Doctor Who bags off for my daughter's friend. So she, one of them was for her daughter's birthday, which is today. So I knew I had to get those done. So Jessica picked those up from me, I think it was Monday evening, and delivered them to her friend yesterday. So that's good. And then I did a little bit more sewing on some project bags, but I'm not going to show those to you today. So that's it for what I've been doing. Continuing to read Whose Body by Dorothy L. Sayers, which is a Lord Peter Wimsey mystery, and also listening to The Winter Sea by Susanna Kearsley. So nothing new in the reading department. Other than that, there's not a whole lot going on around here. My mom arrived Sunday afternoon as planned, and I thought she was going to be spending her whole time at my sister Janine's before they left for their holiday, but as it turned out, she stayed with us Sunday night, so that was good. Got a chance to have a good visit in. We watched the Briar, which is the Canadian men's curling championship, and the gold medal game was on Sunday evening, so we ate our dinner in front of the TV and watched that, and it was a good close game, so quite entertaining. And then the next day, two of my other sisters and I took Mom out for lunch and spent the afternoon together, and again just had a really nice chance for a visit. And then Mom and Janine left this morning for their trip. They are flying to Quebec City today and then spending a couple nights there and then driving to Montreal. And my sister that lives in Toronto is going to join them there for the weekend. So very envious. I went to Quebec when I was in grade 12 as part of a school exchange. Been dying to go back. I'm of French-Canadian heritage. 3 of my 4 grandparents were French Canadian, so it's something, a place I have a great deal of interest in. I would love to drive around to all the different places where my ancestors used to live and check them out. My mom is a member of a genealogical society for her dad's side of the family. And as luck would have it, there's a group of them getting together this coming weekend just outside of Montreal at a sugar shack for a bit of a reunion. So they are going to attend that. A sugar shack or a cabane à sucre is a place where they make maple syrup, maple sugar. And so they're going to go, they'll have a dinner, and I think there are sleigh rides, and they get to make like the maple toffee in the snow. That's when they take the sap that they've been boiling and you pour it on the snow and it kind of hardens. I don't think exactly hardens, but it thickens into like a maple candy. So I got to do that when I was back in Quebec, and I'd love the chance to do something like that again. It was really fun. So yeah, other than that, that's about it. Kind of a short show this week. Before I say goodbye, I will remind you once again, if you would like to win a skein of this yarn, either the Ocean's Deep or the Blue Sugar, please go visit chickashby.com and then head over to the Ravelry group. Let me know what you like on the website, and also let me know which skein you would choose if you were the lucky winner, and I'll announce that in the next podcast. So once again, it's beautiful yarn. Get in with your chance. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. Have a great week. I'll see you most likely next Wednesday. So take care until then.